Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Long Haul Garage. Today, back to working on Project Fox, which looks a little bit different than the last time you saw. Notice how front bumper is gone. I actually started recording another episode, and ran into some recording issues. Mainly, for some reason, my phone wasn't deleting old files when I told it to. It was just storing them in a different folder. So my memory card was full, and I couldn't record anymore. I didn't realize this till I was done trying to do what I was doing, so I probably will salvage parts of that because it involves the carb rebuild that I'm working on. Currently waiting on a new kit because the one I had is wrong, so that's also another reason why that one's not out yet. But did some more stuff back here. I did the bumper tuck in the rear and removed the bumperettes, looking a lot cleaner. And I redid the taillights. I'm not sure if that was mentioned in another video or not, but as you open the hatch into some sun, and we're not going to get any sun. Okay. These taillights hold a trick. Once the sun hits them, they look really trick. You can kind of see it right there. See the oil slick, metal flake in the paint? They look really good in the sun. But gotta watch my step because it's still icy as crap out here. Bumper tuck. Suck that back bumper in a solid 5 inches. Looks way better. We'll be seeing more of that process as I finish the front one up today. But for right now, something that I'm sure most of you have known. This car didn't come with a grill at all. For whatever reason, it was lost to time. Well, thanks to Facebook Marketplace and some negotiating, I now have a grill for it. So let's start with that. We'll get the grill in place because it's going to be a lot easier without the bumper on. And then I'll show you how to do the bumper tuck. Hood down again. Check fitment one more time. Yeah, buddy. And we take a quick step back. Just the centerpiece makes a drastic difference. Yeah, that's nice. I really wish I still had the stainless trim that went here, but oh well, no big deal. I may find it out, track it down eventually. But for now, it'll be close enough to having a complete face. Okay, now that that's in place, don't tell me these take smaller bolts. Oh, you're kidding. They take smaller hardware? Oh, that's a pain in the dick. Okay, that means I need to dig again. And that's going to be a problem, because I don't think I got anything smaller than what I got. Well, we can mock it up for the moment, get an idea of what it's going to look like with a face. Oh. Oh. That's good. That's good. Now I just gotta go dig for hardware. Fun. But man, a real grill in it makes a big difference. Changes the whole look of the car. Back in the pocket. I'll go find hardware, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's clean. Toyota, you knew what you were doing, that's for sure, because that's a good looking front end. little after I went digging in the shop, I only have one bolt that threads in and fits. So what I'll do is I'll take that one with me to work and I will match it and bring home more. But for now, I'm going to put the screws in it so that'll still be held in place, just not have the two main ones. Car's not going anywhere, so it shouldn't hurt it any. Okay. Now, I will have to, again, buy the right hardware to make the top parts mount, but just like that, Project Fox has a face. Quite the good looking face at that, I must say. I cannot tell you last time I saw this car have a grill on it. Like I said, it was my grandpa's car, Last time I had a grill on it was, fuck, I was like 5, 6. I was young. But yeah, now it has a face again. And once I get the right hardware, it'll finish sitting where it's supposed to and all that good stuff. But it has a face. Project Fox has a face. Alright. Now to do the bumper tuck, I gotta first take apart the bumper brackets. Now on the rear, I didn't have to really take these this far apart, but the way the front ones are designed makes it so I kind of have to because I need the room to work. Some might be saying, that bumper looks pretty mangled right there. And yeah, they'd be right. But it's not that bad. And for what I'm doing with this, I'm going for a total vintage cruiser. Something that looks like passed down through generations in the family type of deal. Oh, come on, really? Okay. I mean, that's a good sign for what I'm trying to do, though. Which isn't far from the truth, because this, like I said, this was my grandfather's car. But I just want it to look like it's a cool cruiser, and that's all it will ever be. I'm lying. I might do more of it later. Engine swap plans have crossed my mind, particularly one UZ, I think it is, the Toyota V8. And that thought process came to be through one purpose: parts availability. 2 JZs are expensive, even an NA trim. But when UZ, I found it locally for $1,000. Complete with ECU and everything. So, in the future, maybe. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. For now, just a cool cruiser. The fact that this side spins throws me a little. For those who are not versed, in the early 70s, America passed some laws that required bumpers to survive a 5-mile-an-hour collision, and a bunch of other safety features. So what automakers did, at least Japanese automakers, since experience with American rigs from that time period, aside from the Blazer. That was a truck, so it was exempt. They basically took their bumpers, reinforced them, and mounted them on shock absorbers. Those are out of the way. We've now exposed said shock absorbers. Let's see here. So, what you do to tuck these is the piston. This may look like the top of your shock. It's not. It's just part of the mount. It actually sits in a cup inside here. So what you do is you drill a hole here to relieve any pressure, cut access here, and then leverage it to push all the foam out. And then you just tack it up with some tack welds real quick and it stops moving. Obviously there's some, fitting and stuff like that you got to be sure of first, which you'll see as I get to that point. There we go. Oh, my drill bit broke. Oh, party foul. It's okay. I have more. Alright, let me go get another drill bit and drill the other side for you. There it goes. There we go. Now that their area is now open and foam can flow out, switch tools. Before I get to cutting, move this stuff out of the way first. I want to see how much wiggle room I have. Okay, so if I just go here, golden. Grab my Sharpie real fast. Now I'm not super concerned about these cuts being pretty or anything like that, because you're never going to see them again once I'm done. And I'm not welding it back in. I'm going to be welding this side of the shock through this hole. Alright, now you can see what I was talking about. Here's the shock rod with a little cup. Then just leverage it flat. I'm going to do the other side and get this ready to mount up. Alright, now that they're both opened, I already got the driver's side one compressed. It fought a little bit, but you guys might want to see how this works. Start with stubby flathead, which I wish I had a regular chisel, but I don't. Hammer. That in. Just enough so you can start compressing. Bigger screwdriver. leverage. And look at it all spray out. I work it as far as I can with the screwdrivers. Then take the breaker bar, and leverage it down the rest of the way. Just like that. And the brackets are now all the way down. This one can go a little more. Just a little bit more. Well, they're about the same. Just a little more. That's about all there is to it. Once it's all down and compressed, you can then do your brackets up. I'm going to finish compressing these as much as I can, and then we'll go do mock-up. Alright, so we're back down at the car. Time for mock-up. Now, I'm not going to do anything with the turn signal lighting at this exact moment because that has to snake in through the body and all that stuff, and I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just worried about getting the bumper mocked up. Bumper's in for mock-up. Wow. Wow. Oh, come on. It's going to be fun to make that work, but I'll make it happen. That is a drastic improvement. That is a drastic improvement. Okay, so now I need to mark where I want the brackets to sit so that I can weld them up. All right. Start with this side because this is the side that's being a pain in the butt. Alrighty, we're back up to the shop. Got the welder pulled out. Loving up. Okay. One. Alright. Now, I'm not the best welder in the world. I'm still learning. But what I am doing will be sufficient to make sure the bumper bracket doesn't come apart. Ugly? Maybe. Will you ever see it? No. Okay. Need a little bit better pass on some spots, but better. That is not going to go nowheres. Is firmly attached there. All right. Put that in. There. Here. This. going nowhere. And like I said, yes, I know, my welding is not great. I'm still learning how to set up this machine. The welds aren't super pretty, but they penetrated. They ain't going nowhere. That's all I care about at this point. Mounted, and that is way better. I think one side tucked in a little more than the other, but it's okay. That is way better. Way better. Yeah, that side tucked in just a little more than this side, but not enough to really matter. It's not an exact science, unfortunately. I'll have to re-engineer brackets if I want exact. But she has a face, has a bumper that's tucked in, looking much cleaner. Both bumpers are tucked. Again, way cleaner. She's taking shape. She is taking shape. Next week, start her and finish the carb rebuild. And then this should be drivable.